Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Witch Talk Live. Tonight, we are exploring one of the most talked about folk methods for detecting negative spiritual energy, and that is the matchstick and water curse test. As you can see, I have a clear bowl of water already ready. And if you haven't done so already, I want you to cleanse your space. I've already done this before I got started. But tonight we are going to talk about how we can tell if we have a curse on us. Now, I have already talked about in the past few episodes that I've done. We have talked about curses. We've talked about how to detect them in different ways, whether or not we're feeling it intuitively, what we can do to reverse it, curses, sour jars in general. So tonight we are talking about a ritual that is more from a traditional folk magic and divination practice. It's not a scientific test, and it's not an absolute proof that someone has cursed you, but instead, this is more of a spiritual diagnostic type tool, one that may encourage self reflection, intuition, and deeper spiritual awareness. So, if you're ready, I want you to gather your supplies. Like I said, we've got just matchsticks and a bowl of water. Now, you can use regular tap water. It does not need to be any special water, but since we just passed the new moon, you can use new moon water if you prefer. But what I want you to do, take a moment right now, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep, slow breath in, and I want you to release it. Now, I want you to become fully present in this moment. And I want you to take your matchsticks. Now, this is going to be a very quick test. We're not going to be here for very long tonight. And that is because this really doesn't take very long to do. You're going to grab your 2 matchsticks. You always need 2. And we are going to light it tonight. Now, before we get to that, we are going to hold them in our hands, and we are going to focus on our current situation as to why we've been feeling like maybe there's a curse. Okay, perhaps you've been feeling a little bit maybe unusually drained. Maybe there's been some obstacles that have appeared to you, and it might feel like it's every turn that you make. It could be maybe relationships that have become strained, opportunities that you've seen missing or slipping away from you, or you might just feel that something's quite off. But this is a really quick way of testing this theory out. Okay. So, first, what we're going to do is we're going to hold our our matchsticks in our hands, and we are just going to place them in the middle, and we're just going to hold them, and we're going to say, I seek truth, clarity, and understanding. May only the honest answers be revealed. Okay. So we're going to take a moment. We're just going to, if you haven't filled your glass bowl with water, this can be just a regular glass. Now you can, if you have a black scrying, a black scrying bowl, okay, which you guys have seen me use before, you can use that too. You might get more intuitive messages that come through, but I'm testing you or showing you how to do it this way so that you can see how it's actually done. With the black underneath, it darkens it, and you might not see the matchsticks as clearly. I'm not sure. We haven't tried that. Hello, witches. I see you guys chiming in. Thank you so much for joining. So let's see. Now, just so you guys know, water has been... whoa! My light just went flying. No, there's no curses on me. I think I hit a cord. I moved everything in my office. And I think I'm hitting on a few things, but... Anyways, water has been viewed as a spiritual mirror. It's capable of reflecting hidden energies and unseen influences. So that's why I like to use a scrying bowl if you have. If you don't, just use a regular one. It works just as fine. Like I said, the black bowl might just give you a few more intuitive messages. Okay. So we're going to take our first matchstick and we're going to light it. There we go. Hold on one moment. There we go. Okay. We're going to just let it burn out naturally. Now, if it starts going halfway down, you're going to want to burn it out. Okay. But I've got one here that's already burnt out. I'm just going to place it off to the side for a moment. And then I'm going to do the next one. And I'm just going to let it burn as well. This one's going down a little bit more. Oh, I might use, I'm going to try another one and see if it does the same thing. See if it does a difference. I want them both to look the same as much as I can. Okay, so I'm going to use these two. Okay. So I've now got my matchsticks. If you guys can see it underneath, my matchsticks, they look exactly the same. I've already put the intentions in to my matchsticks. And again, if you are just tuning in, we're grabbing our matchsticks and we are going to hold them in our hands first. And we're going to say, I seek truth, clarity, and understanding. May only honest answers be revealed. Okay, so now I'm going to drop them both in. Now that crossed right automatically. Now I'm not sure if that's just how I held them, which would tell me that I have a curse on me. I'm not sure if that went in honestly. So I'm going to take them out because I think I had them. And I do have a curse on me, believe me. I'm going to take care of it. But I'm going to do this again just so you guys can see, because I think that should have not dropped the same way. I'm going to let that burn a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to use another one. Okay. And I'm going to say this again in case anybody missed it, just because I'm using new matches. Now, if it happens again, then I'm going to take it more seriously, okay? But that kind of showed that I had a curse right on me. I'm sure there's a few people that like to. Okay, I seek truth, clarity, and understanding. May only honest answers be revealed. And I usually will hold on to it for a moment. And I'm going to drop them in. Oh, it did it again. Look at that. Oh, see, now I'm questioning it. I guess I have some work to do. Who's cursing me? Because I will do a reversal. Anyways, what you're supposed to do is let them float. Let them float for a little while. And see whether or not they part. See how they go together. Now, I am going to try it again. Because I do want to show you guys what happens when they don't. I want to show you the differences. I'm showing my fate, aren't I? Well, that's okay. I'm a witch. I can take care of it. There's my cackle, Sherry. Oh, that broke. We're not using that. Okay. And these are dollar store matches, guys. Now, I don't know if that makes any difference, honestly. Okay. I got this one. See, this one's burning a little bit better. Okay. So I'm going to use my original one that was like this. Okay. Now, that shouldn't have dropped. That's just part of the stick. Okay. So I am going to drop them in separately and see. There we go. That's what I should have been doing, not both of them together. But what we're going to do, I just thought they would have separated a lot better if I dropped them in side by side, but clearly not. Not like I haven't practiced this over and over again. Okay, so right now what you're seeing is you're going to see two matches not really close together, right? Now, the first two that I've dropped, you saw that they crossed over. If there was a curse on you, okay, it's not necessarily you're going through a curse. It could be that somebody has ill intentions towards you. Now, if it is, then you want to take care of it, right? Where you can go back to the videos that we did a cord cutting one. Was it last week? I think this is going to be the last of the whole curse thing. We've already talked about sour jars. If anything, I'm going to bring out the witch's bottle on how to do that. I'm even going to show you guys how to do an egg cleanse. Okay, because it's important to have different forms of divination to get your answers. Because just by seeing this, if I were to take the first two that I dropped and having them cross, if I wasn't the witch that I am, I might have looked at it and been in a panic. Whether or not there is anything on me or not, I know as a witch that I have the ability to clear it, because only that affects me, or with what I'm willing to allow it to affect me, is going to be the result of where this would be headed, right? It's not that you can't, it's not that you shouldn't believe in curses. You should understand that there's definitely a possibility. I do know one person that I have come across that I'm going to say, yes, absolutely. There was definitely something going on. It was just way too much. But you have the power to clear it regardless, because you only allow it to affect you as much as you take it on. And if you understand as a witch that you have the power to clear it, then that is not going to stay for very long. Does that make sense? Because you don't focus on the curse. If you feel that there is one, the more focus that you put into that energy, you're going to see signs of everything around you, that something, you feel that something's off, when maybe it's something that you haven't been dealing with internally. And you got to deal with your shit. You got to deal with that. But you want to imagine that anything that you feel that might be coming to you is, you have to be able to look at it as that you're going to distinguish, or you're going to extinguish it, not distinguish it. You're going to extinguish, okay? Because that is where your responsibility is. So if you feel that there's something like this on you, then do your protections. But don't solely rely on this. And I'm not saying that to put down the procedure of doing this. I'm just saying use discernment. You know that if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If something feels like it's on you and you can't shake it, trust that intuition and then do something about it. Don't sit there and do nothing about it, because it's just going to get worse. You're going to see all those signs. Get rid of it. Empower yourself. Learn to empower yourself. That's where your power lies. Just a curse can't remain on you if you continue with a high vibration. It's going to bounce off of you. That's a little Reiki for you. I've said this before, that energy cannot attach itself if you are shining brighter than the energy that it's trying to attach. Okay, so I want you to observe this without judgment. I want you to see how your matchsticks move. Allow your intuition to speak. And if they remain separate like they are now, then traditional folklore would suggest that there's no negative influences present. And if they begin to drift together, because right now you see them. Oh, I took them out. Forgot I took them out. But you saw them drifting apart. So to me, that would tell me that there's nothing there. Now, if they start to drift together, then that may mean that there might be some attachment or some interference there. If they cross, like what we saw right in the beginning, it's viewed as a very strong indication that there's conflict or a spiritual attack, or somebody's trying to attack me. Okay. Now, if one sunk while the other one would remain floating, then it would suggest that it's imbalanced and that you may want to cleanse your space, cleanse your try it again. If maybe you just got your bowl today and plenty of hands have handled it, you want to make sure that your bowl is cleansed. You want to make sure that your tools are cleansed, your space is cleansed. That is going to give you a better, more accurate reading. But don't just take this. You can do this, and then you can try other things as well. I'll show you guys how to do the egg cleanse. I'm planning on doing that as well, where you take a raw egg and put it across your body to see if there's any attachments to you. And you can learn how to heal yourself through that way too. But what you want to do is you want to just pay attention and make sure that you feel. Your intuition will tell you if there's something there. If you feel heavy, if you feel drained, if you feel emotional, then look in and ask yourself, what's going on? Is this you, or is this something that's actually attached? Because it's not always the message that comes from the ritual itself. It comes from your intuition and deciphering what you feel and what you pick up. And if you feel that there's nothing there, then there's nothing there. And if you feel that there is, go back to my videos, look for your cord cutting, curse removal, do your protections. That's why we did all those classes ahead of time, so that you guys could see what you can get yourself into once you get on this track and what to look out for. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Knowledge is power. I learn from you guys just as much as you guys learn from me, right? So tell me in the comments below whether or not you tried it. Tell me what your results were and do it a couple times. See how you feel about it, because those answers might change with how you throw them in, the intentions that you're setting. You may want to focus at one thing at a time and just see, how did my wax turn out from last week? Oh, yes, it looked like there was 3 people. Yeah, I think I sent it to Jay. Jay, what did we say? There was 3 people, but we said something else. Yes, you did warn me about one possibility. But if you're talking about the same person we were discussing, I don't think that person is going to have any ill intentions towards me. And that's just because we've been friends for quite some time. So I don't think there's anything there. But regardless, I want you guys to throw out some ideas. Tell me if you tested this out and tell me what your results were. And do it a few times and see if they turn out to be the exact same ones. And see whether or not anything changes. If anything changes within you as well. But that's all it is for tonight, witches. It's as simple as that. Some little things that we do are very, very simple, sweet and simple. So if you guys have any suggestions on some upcoming, we are going to get into other topics. We are going to finish off this topic for the curses and all that type of stuff, hexes and jinxes and stuff. And we're going to move on to another topic. So throw it out there. Let me know. You can send me a message on Facebook. You know, you guys can reach me in the Witches of Eastview Spiritual Empowerment Group. That's where you can find me mostly. But yeah, see you next week, witches. What symbolism do small brown birds have? Oh, is that what you want to know? Our birds in general, Jay, are about messages. Usually cardinals, a lot of people say cardinals and blue jays are usually messages from loved ones. I don't necessarily think that. However, little brown birds are a lot easier to spot and you see them a lot more often. So if you see one bird that is standing out to you on a regular basis, then there might be more of a message to you. But other than that, what do you feel? How do you feel with it? But let me know in the comments. Love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Ciao, witches.